Hello, and welcome back to the madness. It is Monday. Yeah, so I had a very productive weekend. Oh crap, now I can't remember what I worked on Friday. Oh man, what was it? I can't remember. I don't know. Wow, I hate when that happens. My brain is like blank. So Saturday, God, what did I work on Saturday? Oh, me and Danielle worked on, what did we work on? Oh my goodness, my brain is like, nope. I can tell you what we worked on yesterday. And I put 1,100 stitches in the project too. Oh, Life on the Ocean Wave. That's what it is. Woo! My goodness. That was rough. I'm not awake yet. Oh my God. Yes, that's right. Okay. Man, that was a little scary that I couldn't remember Saturday. I understand not remembering Friday, which that's gonna bug me that I don't remember what I worked on Friday. I don't think I got a lot of stitches. Or did I? I remember going to bed quite early, I think, on Friday. I don't even remember now. Saturday, I know I stayed up way too late cross-stitching. But the thing was, we were watching 60 Days In, and it was last season's, not the one that is starting or has started right now. Anyway, it was like really good. So, and they get you. They know how to produce their show. So at the end, you're like, oh, we gotta at least watch the first bit of it. And then you're just hooked. And then before you know it, it's the end of the show again. Yeah, so I was only going to do 1,000 in that. And then I decided, me and John were like, okay, one more episode. Now, this is the third time we said one more episode. I said, yeah, because I need to get the last of this 1,000 stitches in, and then we'll go to bed. Well, it ended up being one more episode, so that meant one more 100 stitches. Which the thing is I get the 100 stitches before the hour's up, and then I just want to start stitching a little bit while the show's still on. So I play that game with myself too. Yeah, so then last night, or yesterday, I should say, I worked on, and see, Sundays, I don't get a lot of stitches in. And I think I think I know what it is now. Well, first I'm like making sure all of my games are up to date. Sundays when I like to, but I think I did that Friday, is I go through my phone and I delete what photos I'm not putting in Facebook. Then I have to go and revert all my pictures back to the original. Then I post them in my Facebook albums, because each pattern has its own album. And I like to do progress reports, but I'm not going to put, not progress reports, progress pictures, and I'm not going to put every single picture in there. So I just like grab a couple and then delete the rest, because I usually take pictures every 100 or 200, so that's a lot of pictures. So I always do that on Sundays, and then I'm always doing laundry clean. Sundays is my cleaning day if it doesn't get done Saturday, because there's sometimes that I just do it on Saturday too, but it usually falls on Sunday. Laundry, always laundry on Sunday. So yeah, it's not like I'm just sitting there stitching. It's starting to mist. Good thing I have a hoodie. It's like 54 degrees out here. That's like crazy. So, did I say what I worked on yesterday? I worked on winter cottages. And I put in, I think it was 517 stitches, if I remember right. I stopped stitching early because I wanted to, I had a bunch of floss. It's like, now there was certain projects that I have the floss pulled. I work out of a master set, but I have projects that I didn't. So when I finish the project, I have floss to put away. Well, and like I would send Becca, well, I didn't send her, she was at work when she worked at Michael's. I'd be like, hey, can you pick up this number for me? And she would pick up like 2 or 3 of them. Well, I just kept putting them in a pile, you know, in my back room. So the last couple of days, it's been like, I'll pick a color, and at least one of the colors out of the project, there's maybe like 2 strands, 1 strand wound, because I cut my floss before I wind them on bobbins. That way I don't have to constantly cut floss when I'm doing it. I just take it off the bobbin and then wind it back up on the bobbin. So I was like, okay, I really need to get all my floss. And so I have a master set, and then I have a backup set. And then I had this, which I didn't know it was this out of control. And another thing too is when I decided to go for my master set, when I dekitted these kits, a lot of them, I didn't put the floss away. I did on some, but then it was like, okay, enough, you know? Because I would do it, oh my goodness, I would do it 1 bag at a time, you know, or 1 project at a time. Well, then finally I was like, because my master set and my backup sets, Becca, what was it, 2 years ago, bought me 2 full sets. So my master sets, I had a full one at one time. So I went and got all the floss out of my craft room, all the nooks and crannies, and I just found it all. Okay, I gotta run in here and then I'll finish my story. Okay, so I had to go look it up because it was driving me crazy. Thursday I did a new start. So I worked on it Thursday and Friday. It's Small Lighthouse by Stitching Jewels. So yeah, it was driving me up a while. I had to like go look. Let's see what it was. Okay, so I searched my whole room, my whole back room, and then I have like this drawer system in my cube thing. It's really cool. It fits right in there perfectly. Well, when Becca would bring home floss, I'd be like, oh, just throw it in that drawer, just throw it in that drawer. So, oh my God, when I gathered it all up, I was like, oh shit, there's a lot. So, my hip is still killing me. And another reason why I wanted to do this is because, well, I thought I was going to be able to just lay on my side, the one that doesn't hurt, and sort through the floss and everything. Well, there was so much I couldn't do that. So I had, my 100 baggies out, and, well, first I used 3, what are they called? She's screaming at me. You see that person? Oh, the bus stop. Okay, there we go. I'm like, what? She's screaming at me? Oh my God. Okay, focus, Becky. So, floss box, So I took 3 of those, and then I turned them like long ways. Well, no, some I didn't. Like 100 through 500, I didn't turn long ways, and I took the dividers out, right? So what I would do is, first I would just throw them in their right hundreds, and then I had baggies. Once, like the 900 started getting full, well, then I put the 900s in the 900 baggie. So I started all the floss. And then after that, then I got my my backup set. And I would sort all the hundreds back into the backup set. And then I would get my master set and go through it, and the pip and chip fit perfectly in the floss box. 5 in each one. And when you put a full skein of floss in it, it's perfect. It's not over tight or anything. It's just absolutely perfect. So basically all I had to do was each little 5 floss, each little divided section, I would just have to move my finger, and I could tell if it needed more floss on it. Because just looking at it, you're like, oh, that's enough floss. But then when you actually pull it out, it's like, oh, that's only like 2 strands on there. And it'd be really wiggly. So I was able to do that up until I finished the 400s, which was cool because my backup set, one box took me up to 498, I think is the last one of that. I don't remember. So the next box is 500 to, I don't remember. So tonight, I'm hoping to be able to do another backup box. So all my floss boxes are, the master set is full again, and I don't have to be like, ooh, I'm running low, I gotta go check and see if I have one. And then here's another thing that I was doing too. So I was going through each color, and if I didn't have any in my backup set, then I wrote it down. quite shocked. So far, I only need like 6 flosses. And none of them were because I took it, the last one, for my master set, which I thought was really strange. But yeah, so it's nice to know that it's getting done, and I don't have, every time I go in the back room, that, I mean, it was what do you call it? A cube, you know, that goes in your cube storage thingy. It was a cube full of floss. It was just crazy. And I had thought that I got rid of all of the CXC floss, but apparently I missed some. So John was in bed with me, right? And he was playing on his phone, and I came across a whole bunch of bobbins that had the, I think it's CXC, whatever. It's the Chinese floss, right? Or China floss, not Chinese. Got it from AliExpress. Well, I'm like, hey, you want to help me? He's like, sure, what? I'm like, all you need to do is unwind these bobbins. And he's like, are you keeping the floss? I'm like, no, the floss is going in the trash. No. Because so the China floss, it's good. I mean, you can stitch with it, and if you're a tight stitcher like me, you can't tell the difference. The only thing is, I bite my nails, and I always have like hangnails, or my nails are always rough, right? They're always like, they're not filed down, they're not pretty at all. So when I use that floss, my fingernail will catch it, and it's just a mess because it's so fluffy. So that's why I stopped using it, because I don't know how to explain it. Sure, there's 6 strands in a floss. Well, that one strand, I would catch it, and it'd be like, you know, this one like thin strand of floss, and then I'd have to pull it and try to, it's just a mess. It was a mess. So once Becca got me the master set and the backup set of DMC, I went through and I got rid of all of my China floss, and I gave it to a friend, but I missed some. The stuff that I had kitted up in projects. So John he was funny. I mean, he probably had like, I don't know, okay, let's put it this way. So I used the plastic bobbins, right? You get them off of Amazon. They're not as thick as the Pip and Chip. They're just regular freaking bobbins. They're just not cardboard, right? So I had a quart size baggie, and it is stuffed. I mean, it is stuffed with bobbins. So I want to say he probably did like 600 bobbins. Yeah, so it was just funny. him doing the floss. And then it worked out freaking perfect too. Right when I had them all sorted. Sorry, I can't breathe. John's like, I gotta set up now. I'm like, that's fine, because I was just gonna ask you if we could go back into the living room, because now I'm at the point where I need my master set and a box, so it would just be easier to do it up in the chair. And he's like, yeah, let's do that. So he still had like, I want to say like 2 gallon-sized baggies full of bobbinated floss. I'm telling you, it was a lot of freaking floss. So who knows? Maybe it was over 600. I don't know. So we started doing the living room. He's like, oh shit, it's a lot easier doing it sitting up than laying down. And I'm like, yeah? And he's like, yeah. Because he, of course, he had a blanket on him, right? So, sitting up, I mean. So he had his baggie to put the used bobbins in, you know, after he got them all empty. And then he had, I put them in the cube for him. After I emptied the cube, then I started throwing them in the gallon-sized bag at first, before, you know. Okay, my turn. Before I got them all sorted, you know. So then I started a gallon-sized baggie, and then I had to. Now the first baggie was like stuffed. The second baggie was full, but it wasn't like stuffed of bobbins. So he had his 2 bags of floss in the cube, which he was smart. He didn't dump them because he was able to prop up the, I mean, he was very clever about this. He put the overstuffed bag of floss in the bottom, and then he put his other baggie of floss like propped up, and then it was like tilted, so it was pretty cool. And then once he was down to just the big bag of floss, then he was able just to prop that up between his legs. But you know, if you ever like took floss off of a bobbin that you wanted to get rid of or something, you know, you just keep pulling and pulling, and the thing just, the amount of floss that was in his lap, it was hilarious. At one point I go to him, I said, would you like me to get rid of that pile of floss? He's like, yeah, that would be easier, because then his bobbin kept getting caught up in the floss. It was funny. But yeah, he did that all. And so what I do with my bobbins is, I think they're called like, they're address labels. You get a box of them, and there's like 1,000, maybe even more than that. I'd say about 1,000 address stickers on a sheet. Not on, you know, there's probably, maybe it's 10,000. It's got to be more than 1,000, because each sheet has It can be ripped in 3s. And I want to say there's got to be at least like 12, 10 on the sheet. So let's say it's 10. So there's 30 labels on one sheet. And I mean, there's got to be at least 100 sheets in there. I don't know. Anyways, I can see the box, but I can't read the number. So what his job is where the, you know, on the bobbin, there's the hole to put it on a floss ring, a floss ring. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. You know that ring that you can open and close, and then you put your bobbins on there. Some people do that instead of boxes. Well, what I have him do is I have him cover up. So the address label, half of it's on one side, half of it's on the other side, and it covers up the hole. So when I wind the floss, I can still use the little slits to, you know, hold it. And then I can write on both sides of the floss to know what number it is, because I think it's very irritating when you pick up a floss and you have to flip it over to see what the number is. So I write it on both sides. Well, that's his job, is to sticker them for me. So after it was all done, I said, not tonight. But now you know what I'm going to ask you? He's like, you want me to sticker them? I'm like, yeah, yes, please. So I thought that was funny. Yeah, so I'm going to try to do a box a night. Because once I actually started doing it, it went by really fast after they were sorted. Now I know when I get to 700 and 900, I might just do, so tonight I'll probably just get up to the 700s, do the 5 and 6. I don't know. There's a lot of 700. I mean, it's a quart-size baggie full of 700. And the poor 900s. Man, that thing was like, it was stuffed. At one point I was scared that it wasn't all gonna fit in the quart-size baggie. So, yay. And then what I decided too is with the backup set, if I have too many flosses, like 310 and what is another one that she got like tons of it. It was 418, I want to say, or 415. It's a gray, which I know there's a lot of grays in the 400s, but I have like 10 skeins of this one color. And like, you know, the 310s, come on, I have like probably about 20 skeins of that, which I don't even use those because I have a cone. And I want to use my cone first because I just like floss off of a cone. It seems to be, I feel that it covers more. I don't know. So I've been, if there's more than 4 or 5 skeins of floss then now it's going in a backup. That's the best way I can explain it. It's going in the 100 bags. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be working on. Tonight. I have my whole week planned out on what projects I'm working. So yesterday we were doing our planners and I planned everything out, and we take a picture and we share it, you know. Oh wait, no, it was before I even took a picture. And then someone said, oh yeah, and Sunday is Father's Day. So on Friday, I had Red Reaper and Start John's House hat. And I was like, okay. And then on Sunday, I had Black Vintage. So I was like, okay, I'll just switch those. So I switched them. So I'm working on all of John's pieces on Father's Day, right? So then I send my picture, and Danielle goes, hey, Beck, Friday is Flag Day. I'm like, ah. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, well, I guess then vintage flag will go on Flag Day. And then I was like, you know, looking. I'm like, oh wait, I forgot that I picked out Love USA. And I'm like, ooh, I can just move Love USA over to Friday, which was Black Vintage. So Black Vintage got moved to Tuesday. So tonight I'm doing Irish Gnome, and then tomorrow is Black Tuesday, Black Vintage. But the thing that made me laugh or chuckle or whatever is because I kept moving Black Vintage around my calendar because, you know, things kept popping up. Yeah, so I'm hoping to have a very good Stitchy week. I know right when I get home, and see, this is why I'm thinking too, is only do the 500 and 600, because right when I get home, we are planting all of the seeds, the salads, and then I bought some strawberry, I don't know, roots, I think is what they're called. So we're gonna plant those right when I get home. So then I was figuring I'll do the 500 and 600 bags and then work on Irish Gnome. So that's my thoughts. That's my plans. I need a piece of gum. Yeah, so I will see you in the next one. Bye. It is Tuesday. So, yesterday was Mill Hill Monday. Oh my gosh, I'm working on the lighthouse, and it looks so freaking cute. I'm loving it. I only got 200 stitches in because right when I got home, me and John planted the rest of the seeds. So we had rosemary, it's not a romaine lettuce, but it kind of looks like a romaine lettuce, but not in like a heart shape. You know how I think you call it romaine. It's a heart, or heart or something like that. This looks like romaine, but it has spaces in between. I think it was a purple or something like that. I don't remember now. And then the other one was a salad mix. So it had, I think, 5 different types of salad. So there was a red looking one, a dark green, a light green. It was just pretty. And then when you open up the seed pack, all the different kind of seeds are in there. It's not like individual. So hope it works. I did learn though, I am super excited that next year I don't have to do the corn in the starter cups. I can actually plant the corn right there in the ground and they will start. So I was very happy about that. So me and Becca cleaned up the backyard. Well, me and John planted everything. And when we planted the strawberries too. That was a little weird. It looked like sticks. They said 10 came in a bag and they were all rubber band together. And it was very confusing. So I don't know. I separated as much as I could, hoping that I separated it right, and planted them. That's the best I could do. And then me and Becca took turns. Basically, when I had to switch over, because my hip, after doing all that, my hip was kind of really hurting me. I told her I want to vacuum the backyard. I went to cut the backyard, but I said stay close so I can signal you over so you could do it a little, and all I had to do is like sit down and like be in this weird position for it to stop like being painful, is the best way I can explain it. It's like electricity. And then right when it would stop doing that, then I would take over doing the backyard. I think I took 2 or 3 turns. Our backyard isn't that big either. So I did the very back. I only did 2 turns, because then John came over and just finished it for the both of us. And then Becca cut the front lawn all by herself. John did a fire pit. And that's basically it. Then when I came in, I was going to cross stitch, and my leg was just killing me. So I told John, I said, can we go lay down? I said, I don't want to take a nap. I just need to lay down, because I can lay down in the bed a certain way and it stops hurting. So the only thing is, it's a double-edged sword, because if I lay there too long, then my back starts to hurt and my shoulder starts to hurt, because I'm like laying on my left side. So, and if I lay on my stomach, then I can't watch the TV. So, and I did not want to go to sleep. So then I went in the living room and worked on the mill hill for 2 hours, for 20 stitches. I don't know how long I was working on it, you know. I had to play on my phone and all that other shit while I'm doing it, so then we went to bed. And that was my night. I didn't work on any floss, because that would have been sitting in my chair. But I'm just glad that, not everything is planted. My stupid potatoes still don't have enough eyes on them. So, no matter what, next week I'm planting them. And if they work, they work. If they don't, they don't. Next year I know to get organic potatoes, because organics don't have the stuff to stop it from getting the eyes like the other one does. Are you kidding me? Speedway, you drive me up a wall. Yeah, so that's that. Tonight I am working on, I'm pretty sure tonight is Black Vintage. I moved it around enough. I think tonight is when I work on Black Vintage. So, and I kind of want to get some stitches into Irish Gnome because I was supposed to work on Irish Gnome and Mill Hill last night, and that didn't happen. Because I really want to have worked on everything that I pulled last week. I think this week's Flosstube, I'm going to pull less things because I really want to get all that floss done and get my boxes back up to par. So, okay. Oh boy, why are we so busy today? It's never this busy in the morning. There's cars coming in behind me too. It must be a funeral. Okay. I will see you guys in the next one. Hello, and welcome back to the madness. Nope, it's not. It is Wednesday. Oh my God. Oh, I was halfway through and I was like, wait, no, I guess I should just finish it. Goodness gracious. So, yesterday, came home. Now, mind you, it was probably 2 weeks before Mother's Day. I had went to the dollar store and they had all their summer stuff, you know. Let me get rid of this gum because, yeah, I don't want to be smacking all the way through my video. So, when I got home, you know, we went through it all. And then we just put it in the back room. And it's been sitting there and sitting there and sitting there. And yesterday, after, you know, we got done with the garden, not yesterday, but the day before, we got done with the garden, I felt so accomplished. And I told myself, okay, tomorrow I'm working on the bathroom. I want to get all that stuff, you know, it's a cute little beach theme. And my bathroom is a beach theme. I have a beach theme clock. But this what started the whole shower curtain thing. I have a beach scene shower curtain. I used to have these. Oh shoot, you're right. Okay. I used to have seahorse, bath mats, towels, you know, it was just a beach theme. So when I went to the dollar store, they had a whole bunch of beach themed stuff. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So, and some of it was like 4th of July colors too. So I was like, if I don't like it in the bathroom, then I'll just put it, you know, in the 4th of July stuff, bring it out. So when I got home, to get to all of the beach theme stuff, it was all underneath my laundry. And John was telling me how much he got accomplished this morning. He was cutting, he's almost done cutting up the apple wood. So, he spent 3.5 hours yesterday morning doing that. So then, he was like, you know, I don't know, it felt like he was just ready to do something. I said, hey, you want to help me fold all of this laundry? And he's like, yeah, sure. I said, well, I rewashed the clothes that were in the washer. So there were towels in the dryer, and then there was other clothes on my crafting table, but none of my shirts, because they were smart enough to pull my shirts and pull those, because I cannot stand when my shirts are just sitting there in laundry getting wrinkled when all you have to do is just snap them and fold them. So he's like, yeah, sure. So we got all the laundry folded, put away, got a new load started, And I told him, I said, I want to get this beach stuff up in the bathroom. And he's like, okay. So, and the main thing too is, for like a week now, we haven't had our bath mats in the bathroom. And I keep asking Becca, what did you do with the bath mats? Oh, they're in the laundry. Oh, they're in the laundry. I'm like, what do you mean? So apparently they were at the bottom of the laundry basket for the towels. The basket that we put towel sheets, blankets, whatever. And it kept getting filled up and never got to the bottom of doing the damn bath mats. So I think it was Monday. I told her I want every single towel, blanket, sheet, bath mat washed today. That's your job. That's all you have to do. So, I was like, okay. I brought Becca into the bathroom. There's this one wall that nothing's really on except for my clock and the towel rack and the toilet paper dispenser. So I put Dawn power wash spray on it, and I told Becca, can you please just wash down this wall? When John puts on his lotion, he splattered it on the wall, and it did not look appealing at all. And I'm like, you just gotta get this wall cleaned, you know? And, you know, it's just, you wash down your walls, right? So I did that, and she wiped it down, and it looked amazing. And then I sprayed the shower with the power wash, and she did all that, and then I sprayed down, you know, the sink and the toilet and everything. And so then me and John put all the what do you call that? They're not really knickknacks that hang on the wall. I don't know, they're little like trinkets. One of the signs said something about house rules. It was all beach themed. It's really cute. If I remember, I'll go in there and videotape it and show you guys. I thought it came out really cute. And I didn't go overboard either, because there are a couple of cross stitch pieces I want to put in there too that are beach themed. But then I'm like, I keep going back and forth, because I know diamond paintings did well in there, but I'm not sure about the cloth, and that gets very steamy. I'm not putting cross stitch in there. I just think I'm just gonna leave what's up in there and let that be. Which, I mean, if you go in there, it does look funny. There's one section that doesn't have anything, but you can't put anything there because it's a towel rack, and when you put your towel, I don't want to be worrying if I'm going to knock something off the wall. But I think it's cute. So then after I did it, we got all that done. I'm like, damn, we accomplished. I mean, that was a big deal to me to get that all done. Because to get John to hang things, it's like pulling teeth. So then I was like, well, you know what? Let's put out the 4th of July. So I went and got the 4th of July bin and put out all the 4th of July and put back the March, April, May stuff. I couldn't believe that we still had March in the coughing clock. Okay. We gotta fully finish some stuff because the only thing I have up is the country sale. So I'm like, okay. I do have the cottage. We just gotta fully finish it now. So we got all that done. And then I sat down and did the black vintage, and I got 400 stitches into that. And then I did, I went to bed, and I was like, okay, so I want to stitch on the Irish gnome. And so I put on YouTube, excuse me, and I did 300 stitches into, well, I did 230 last night. And oh my God, at one point I could not keep my eyes open. I would do a stitch, close my eyes. I'm like, oh, just screw it. So I got it to 30. I'm like, I text the one group, Hell Stitching, I think it's called. It's the cooking one. I said, sorry guys, I can't finish this one. I will finish it tomorrow. Because it was a 200 stitches piece.
Turn right on Moravian Drive.
So I got up this morning and I finished it, no problem. And then I'm here at work. Today's mission is, which I already did it after I got out of the shower. I sprayed down the kitchen cabinets with that Dawn Power spray. And I was in the back room for maybe like, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes. And I came back and it was already starting to work. So I told Becca last night, I said, listen, you don't have to do the dishes tonight, but you have to do them first thing in the morning. And the kitchen better be spotless when I get home. Oh, excuse me. I keep getting the hiccup, but it's the inward hiccups. I hate those. Not inward, but you know, it's not like it just, I don't know. A little tickle, I don't know. Anyways, who cares? So when I get home, the kitchen should be done. And Johnny went and bought the mop that he likes. We always have a problem with mops. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't like, he used to use this one that you had to, you know, that janitors use. That you had to put in a bucket and squeeze it with this handle. And there's no scrubber on it. And I always hated that mop. So then I got a mop.
Turn left at the traffic light.
Then I went to the Swifter mop. Well, that didn't work. Not how I like it, you know. So then I got one of those mops where you push the white thing down and then you twist. That didn't work. Not the way I wanted it. So, I don't know, it was probably like 3 months ago. We were talking. He's like, I want to get a mop that I like. I said, John, I am not dealing, because I'm pretty sure it's gone. I said, I'm not dealing with that. You have to bring in that bucket, and when you squeeze it so hard, the water goes shooting everywhere. He's like, no, I want one of those where there's a sponge, and then on like the top side of it, there's a scrubby. And you just bring down the handle and you wring it. I said, okay, that's the kind I want too. Kept going to the store, kept forgetting to get one. Still having to do the stupid, and it's like pieces of fabric that just dangle. Kept having to use that mop. And every time we're like, we still need to go get the mop. So last night we were sitting out in the gazebo, and he's like, okay, so I need to go to Home Depot. I need to get lighter fluid. What else did he need? Lighter fluid. Oh my God. Oh, carpet cleaner. Because I told him, I said, this week's job is, today's job, not this week. Because each day I want to get something accomplished in a room. I said, the next, thing is I want to do the back room. I want to get the carpet cleaned back there, because with us working in the garden and everything, people kept walking in with their shoes muddy. So right there, it's all like, look. Are these sprinklers on? So, isn't this house beautiful? It has 4 garages. Right there, there's 3, and then there's one more over here. But this lady is rude. Okay, well, damn, I can't be mad at the lady anymore. She gave me a $10 tip. I don't know the last time I got a $10 tip. It's usually 5. If ever, maybe once a month I get a tip. But anywho, so what was I saying? Yeah, so he's gonna do the carpets in the back room, and I want to get my craft area somewhat clean. I don't know. Maybe I won't tackle that today. I really just want to go home and stitch. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Oh shoot, I didn't program. Okay, I'm gonna get off of here. So I know tonight I need to work on black vintage, and then at night I'm taking Moon to bed with me. So I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys. Hello, and welcome back to the madness. No, God, why do I keep doing that this week? It is, I think, Thursday. I want to say it's Thursday. I didn't get home until almost 4 o'clock yesterday. So when I got home, I was just going to get comfy and start stitching. That didn't happen. I don't know what happened. Well, I know I was updating all of my games and then posting them all on my Facebook albums, my progress pictures, and then I deleted everything and then updated the calendar or planner. But besides that, I don't know what I did for 2 hours. I really don't. But needless to say, I did get some stitching. I got 400 stitches in black vintage. And today was supposed to be, do you want to build a snowman? But I'm really thinking that I don't want to build a snowman. And I want to work on black vintage some more. So I'm hoping I get home at a decent time and be able to work on it for a while. I really want to get the top half done. The one thing is, so I moved the hoop, right? And next time I know that I need to go just a little bit further on the one side, because when I moved the hoop, I'm 100 square off for it to be the rest of the top page. So I have to move the hoop for 100 So that's aggravating. But, oh well. Yeah, so I kind of want to just get the top half done. I know I can't do it in one day. Unless it was a really good day. And then I want to go work on the clock. At first I was like, ooh, I could get that done and then go down and finish the house. But I really think I want to work on the clock. I don't know. And I want to work on Charlie. So, yeah. That's my plans. I know this is a short one. Very short. I don't have very much more to say. I don't know. I'm just going to get off here. I know the other clips were very long. Yeah, I didn't stitch at Moon. I was supposed to stitch at Moon at night. I was just exhausted when I got off. Well, when I put my living room stitching away. But I think too, now that I'm thinking about it, at 9 o'clock the internet went out. Or maybe a little bit before 9 o'clock. So then when Becca tried it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to give it a little bit and see if it comes back on. And finally, when I was ready to go in the bedroom, I was like, okay, let me just call these people and see. And right when I called the phone number, they're like, in Michigan, we are having an outage that started at 9 o'clock. I was like, okay, they know about it. I'm not going to try to talk to an agent to see, to hear the same thing that, oh, there's an outage and that they're working on it. But the funny thing is, I think I was in bed maybe 20 minutes. And John was like, I don't know what time I'm going to bed. I'm going to stay up. He wanted to finish his project that he was doing. So, maybe it was more like 45 minutes. Anyways, it wasn't very long. I had just gotten into a book. I mean, it was so good. And then John comes in and scares the hell out of me because my room is dark. I'm listening to an audiobook and playing the game on my phone. Well, that was a pain in the butt. My phone, every I don't know how often, it kept trying to reconnect to the internet, so it would make it where my phone, how is that? My phone data was turned off. Because when you're connected to the internet, you don't use phone data. They kept kicking it off. I'm like, okay, turn off Wi-Fi. But he comes in and he's like, internet's back on. I'm like, okay. And he was, doing his nightly routine by the bed, putting his water, getting his old water bottles, and I'm like, are you coming to bed? He's like, yeah, I decided I'm gonna come to bed, and I finished my project, so I was like, I'm just gonna go to bed. I'm like, well, that's a good decision since we have to be up early in the morning, so that's frustrating when your internet goes out. Couldn't watch my TV. It was just, ugh. But thank goodness I have books downloaded, so I don't have to worry about that. And I finally finished Lorenzo. that was on the Kindle. So, oh, and he kept coming in and wanting to talk too. Oh my gosh. So Kindle, I really hate the Kindle, but I have the Kindle because that's the only way you can do the talk to speech. I know you can do it on your phone, but then it wants to talk to text to speech everything, and it's like, I just want to read this book. Don't be reading my freaking text messages to me, or, you know, notifications, anything that pops up it wants to read. It's like, can you just read what you're supposed to be reading? So that's why I have the damn Kindle, because you can do text to speech. But it's still a little irritating because, I don't know, to get the thing to come up to do it text to speech, you skip a couple of pages and shit. Oh shit. The truck wasn't paying attention. Oh my God, what is the problem? Ridiculous. I don't know if you saw it, but it looked like we were gonna go and then they just stopped. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Okay, so little road rage there for you. I had the reason I got so upset is I had someone behind me who was doing exactly what I was doing, but, you know, I get a little weird. I feel like they're gonna slam in the back of me. Yeah, so he kept wanting to talk, and I'm like, trying to stop the text to speech, and then he'd be done. He's like, okay, I'm done talking. I just sat there. I said, you really think you are? He's like, yeah. Okay. I started. 10 minutes later, he says something. Finally, I was like, John, you don't understand how hard it is to stop this so you can talk. And it was stupid stuff, like, I don't know. It was just stupid. So, I will talk to you guys, or see you guys in the next one. Hello! It is Friday. Last day of the clip. Last clip of the day. What the hell? Oh my God, it's been one of those days already too. I was like, that's not right. My brain was going, no. So I only did, and I didn't even count them, really. I think it was 16 stitches. I finished the pterodactyl, and I moved the hoop on black vintage. Maybe it wasn't even that much. I didn't pay attention. I just did it, and it was like, no, I don't feel like doing more. So instead I got off. I stopped working. I said I was gonna just not stitch. I just wasn't feeling myself yesterday at all. I had a headache, and it was just like, I was in lots of pain too, because I had to do my own orders in the morning. Well, I didn't have to, but if I didn't want to work until 4 o'clock, I did my own orders. And then when I got home, my leg was just killing me. I took, I think it was a 2.5-hour nap, which wasn't a good nap. Have you ever napped or been asleep and you're sleeping so hard that you're dreaming and you can't speak? And I kept grabbing people's faces and like trying to make them read my lip as I was screaming, but nothing was coming out, so they couldn't understand me anyways. It was like, I woke up and I just felt restless. But I got the 500, 600, 700, 800, 900s done. I need quite a bit of the 700s, I think it was. Maybe 2 800s, and I think like 5 900s. But I'm still quite happy. Yeah, and I was gonna do another box, and I was like, you know what? No, I just need to go to bed. So I went to bed, and I started. What the heck, lady? Mailman's going crazy over there. Did you see it? There's no one in that car that she's talking to. That's why it's like, what are you doing, lady? Yeah, so I started watching the Karen Reed trial again. I took a little break, and I think I only watched one day's worth, and then I want to say it was like maybe 10:30, and I was like, I'm just going to bed, and I turned off the TV and was asleep within no time. So that was my night. This weekend, I plan on finishing the floss. I'm going to fully finish some things and might stitch on a couple of things, but it's not going to be a whole lot of stitching. So we will see. And Monday is when I do my floss tube. I am not pulling any projects because I want to get in July. I am stitching only on Christmas and starting Christmas, and so there's a lot of things that I want to start, but I want to get them prepped now because I hate prepping that night. So that's what I got to say. I will see you guys in the next one, and I hope you have a fabulous weekend. Hello. It is Monday. I know. I didn't put up the vlog. I am so sorry. I totally forgot about it. I was in lots of pain this weekend. Friday I came home from work. I think, is that the day me and John? I'm pretty sure that's the day that me and John watered the babies, and then we miracle growed the babies, which that was a big job. Let me tell you, that was a lot of work. So then after that, I went into my bedroom, and I'm pretty sure that's when Danielle suggested putting a heating pad on it, which, let me tell you, how do I say this? It cut the pain. I was still in pain, but I wasn't in so much pain where I couldn't concentrate on anything, or yeah. So I did, I think that's the day I did 200 stitches in Love USA. But still, I was in so much pain. I was just like, I was irritated with everything, basically. I got something in my eye. Yeah, so, and I was watching the Karen Reed trial, which, that night I was watching, Scott's, and oh my God, he's such a whiny bitch when it comes to drinking. It's like, yes, we know you're a Christian, you don't drink, but how, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like, he knows nothing about it. He didn't even know what a tab was and how a tab worked at a bar. And it was like, it's judgmental. That's the word I was looking for. He's very judgmental on it. And it's like, because we watched this one case where it was, what was it? The Big Apple River case. It was the stabbing on the river. And there was, if you ever been on that kind of a river, sure, you don't have to drink, but you basically drink while you're going down the river. And what was really funny on that case, one of the guys who was testifying said, yeah, and I had a couple of shots down the river, and the defense lawyer was like, and where did you get those shots? People just passing by. And Scott was like, you took alcohol from someone else? It's like, that's what you do. You make Jello shots, and then when you're going down the river, you throw them at people. You say, hey, you want a Jello shot? And you start whipping them. It's just, it's something you do. But it's like, I would never take alcohol from anyone else. It's like, it's not that kind of a vibe out there. It's just, so anyways, anytime someone testified in that case, it was, we had a couple of beers. He's like, yeah, 6 or 7. It's like, so now whenever alcohol is mentioned, it's like, yeah, 6 or 7. Yeah, everyone was just drunk. Police officer were drunk driving. And it's like, dude, someone having a couple of beers, actually being 2 or 3 beers, is not going to get them so drunk that they can't drive. You have to know your body. But now, anytime there's a case with alcohol, he's just like, nyah, 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 nyah. So I got tired of his mouth, and I like, okay, I'm gonna go back to her. So I went back to Emily, and I told myself, we're not gonna get mad. We're just gonna laugh at her every time she got upset. So I was laughing all Saturday and Sunday. I just think it's hilarious that she gets so upset. And then, so she keeps complaining about how Lowry takes so long with his, you know, what is it called? I don't know what it's called when the prosecutor questions the person who's testifying, whatever. But the cross-exam, she doesn't say anything about that. And Fancy Pants constantly repeats himself. It's like, yeah, we've heard that. Oh, you said it a different way. Okay. But the last with, God, what was his name? I can't remember his name. Hopner? Maybe not. I don't remember. Hofner? I don't know. Let's say it started with an H, but who knows? Watched so many days, I'm like, so like, who was who? If I saw the face, I'd be like, yeah, that guy. Anyways, the guy who called Karen see you next Tuesday in text. Fancy Pants would not get off the subject. And it was like, okay, yes, we know. The jury understands that he called her a CUT and a retarded and blah, 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 blah. It's like, whatever. But the thing that killed me is he came back for another time to cross-examine him. He's like, is this the same woman that you called see you next Tuesday? Is this the same woman you called retarded? Is this the same woman that you blah, 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 blah? Leaky balloon knot. And that was the thing, too. When that was going on, Scott's like, I've never heard it called that. Or was it Emily? I can't remember. Because at one point I was like, I gave up on Scott because he's such a baby. Anytime there's a swear word or anything, he bleeps it out. And it's like, no, I want to hear the whole context. So then I went to Emily because I know she's not going to bleep it out. But it was like the whole balloon knot thing. I'm like, I've heard it called that. Anyways, I'm just like, I can't with these people. Yeah, so I was having great laughs. I think I have 2 more days, and I decided I'm just gonna watch Emily because I'm so sick of Scott saying, we're not catching up because I promised Brandy. It's like, oh, shut up. I think it's funny. He was, at the beginning, he was like, we're gonna be a couple of days behind, and then they were like, we're gonna be 1 day behind. And then the other day he was like, maybe Brandy will let us join her on the verdict watch or the verdict. So he's not 1 day behind on the verdict. It makes me laugh so hard. Okay, I will be back to tell you the rest of my story. Okay, so that was Saturday morning, basically. I was cleaning the kitchen and cleaning a whole bunch of stuff. Doing my weekly cleanup. Usually I don't do the kitchen, but Becca got called in to work.
Turn right on
And
Street, then take the first right.
no, that was yesterday that I cleaned the kitchen. What was I doing Saturday morning?
Turn right
I don't remember.
on
Oh,
Florida
we were still doing our weekly cleaning. I was cleaning the fans because the fans weren't seeming to be working very well. So I got 2 more fans to clean. I forgot about those 2. Because Katie and Jonathan came in. And then, I was totally sidetracked. Oh, where am I going?
Delaware Street.
Yeah, you're right. I'm not even paying attention.
Connecticut Street.
So, yeah, Jonathan and Katie came. This time they got a hotel instead of spending the night. So they were basically there for, I want to say about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And then they met up with the boys and did the boys things all night. And then they came over yesterday morning. Yesterday morning's when I decided I'm just going to watch Emily because I couldn't handle Scott anymore. He was just driving me up a wall. So,
Right on Gratiot Avenue.
I was very proud of myself. Because I did a whole bunch in the kitchen. I scrubbed everything down. Behind the sink, so my sink is like in the corner, is the best way I can explain it. So I have a wall that is right next to the sink. And the ledge is barely big enough to put the dish soap and stuff like that. And then on the back wall, there's just this little place and then a cabinet. And then there's the window. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this. They say that down, which, I mean, I totally believe the Downing power wash? Not Downing. That's the fabric softener. Dawn. That's it. The Dawn power wash. It's amazing. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to spray it on this wall, these 2 walls. And then a couple of months ago, I got Becca this scrubby brush that has this long handle. I'm like, I'm going to take the scrubby thingy and I'm going to do it. Oh my God, the walls look so good now. When Becca got home last night, I'm like, look at the wall, look at the wall. She's like, holy crap. I'm like, yeah. I mean, we've scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed these walls, and it just seemed to never get clean. And oh my God, the Dawn power wash, am I not going to be able to use my words today? Just was amazing. So then I think I'm going to go just to Masonic. Take this to Masonic.
Turn right on Masonic Boulevard.
I know, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to listen to you for once, Mona. Don't have a heart attack on me. So then once they showed up, I was almost done anyways. I was scrubbing the last pot that wouldn't fit into the dishwasher, and I had to sweep. And so I asked Jonathan because with my arthritis, I can scrub so long. People. And then I don't have strength in my hand anymore. And after everything that I scrubbed, there was no more strength. And I said, Jonathan, perfect timing. Can you just finish scrubbing that pot? I said, basically all you have to do is put a little bit more dish soap and just scrub a little. Because I scrubbed almost everything off of it. There was just 2 little parts that I couldn't get. He got them with no problem. And I said, will you sweep the kitchen for me? I said, that includes the pantry. He's like, the pantry. I said, you sweep the pantry into the kitchen. Put on your big boy pants.
Turn right.
So he did that for me,
Traffic
which I was
light.
very appreciative of it because, oh my God. And then we started watching Katie's on season 2 episode. I think when she left, we were finally on episode 7 was going to start. We watched, well, you know, because I pause when we talk. I can't do both things. And you miss it if you don't pause. So, it was, I'm like, are we ever going to get past episode 5? Because it was funny. They had already started episode 5 before they even got to my house. So, yeah, I was just like, I don't think we're ever going to get done episode 5. And we got hungry, and they went and got Little Caesars. And then I went on the planner Zoom for a while. I did my planner. And then while we were, they were playing Monsters? Magic, not Monsters. Oh my God. Magic. It's one of those days. My brain is a little foggy today. They were doing Magic on the carpet. And Katie beat his ass twice, which I thought was hilarious.
Arriving at 104 Country Club.
Yes, I know. We're arriving at 104 Country Club. So I was able to finish off all my floss, which I was very happy with. So now I just, is it right here? 10, 8, 6, 4. Look at that. Oh, the TV's on, so this might be a good thing. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're supposed to be 98 today. It's already 82 and it is 11 o'clock in the morning. But that house that I just delivered to, their air conditioner, exhaust, I don't know what it was. Are you coming in here? Because a turn signal would be nice. Can't read your mind. Rude. Anywho. Oh, it was right by the door. So when you had to knock on the door, you had to be right in front of this. It was blowing so powerful, and it was pure heat blowing out of that. Felt like you were standing in front of a, you know, when the furnace is on. But even that, it doesn't blow as much as that was blowing. So I knocked real fast and stepped back. And when I turned around, she was there. I'm like, sorry, I had to step back. That thing, I'm hot. And she's like, yeah, it blows hot air. I'm like, yeah, that was not cool. But, okay, so I was able to put all the floss away and check all of my cases and made sure that each one had a decent amount of floss on each one. And then I didn't count, which I meant to count, but I think I need maybe, this is pushing it too, 30 DMCs to have a full set in my backup. And I really like to know what was it? It was 3799. I'd like to know what project I was doing with that floss that I have 12 skeins of. Or did I just use it really often? Because for me to have 12 skeins, I mean, which is a possibility because these were all the kits that I de-kitted. So maybe one was in each one. I don't know. But I feel like a lot of it was in the bag that I would tell Becca to pick up one and she would pick up 4 or 5. I don't know. So I do miss her working at I almost said Walgreens. Michael's. I like being able to say, hey, can you pick me up this color? So now I'm gonna have to go do it. What I'll do is I'll just ask her if she wants to go to Hobby Lobby and do my floss. Or, well, she went to Michael's the other day, so maybe she'll do it at Michael's. I hate pulling floss by myself. Especially how Michael's has it set up. Oh my God. It's not in any order. It's like whoever put the bins in was like, okay, so we're going to put these set of bins right here. And then, so it would go from top row, 150 to, okay, first row, 150. Then the bottom row would be probably about 300s, right? Maybe 200 still. Well, then the bin right next to it, so you either want to go, you know, in that row, go down, or right next to it. No, that'd be the 900s. It'd be like, what? Where's the next one? It makes no sense how they have it in there. Yeah, so John had an awful day at work. Becca said it was so busy, and she was working open to close. Apparently, there was a lot of people buying flowers for Father's Day. Go figure. So, yeah. She got home. She was exhausted. John changed his attitude, and he made ribs for us because he was crabby pants. At one point, he called me and says, go ahead and effing make the ribs however the effing you want. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on? And why are you screaming at me? You're not bringing home work screaming at me. And then he hung up when I told him, you know, this is not how you're going to talk to me. You're frustrated with work. Do not come and start screaming at me because you're frustrated from work. And then it was funny, 20 minutes later, he goes, did you put them on boil yet? I said, no. He goes, okay, good, because I'm gonna, what is it called? I'm gonna smoke them. I was like, okay. He goes, I'm on my way home now. I'm like, okay. He cracks me up sometimes. And then we ate, the kids left. I bought a new heating pad because I liked how it worked. This one is longer, so it actually does my back, hip, and leg. So I did that and watched the trials some more. And then, oh yeah, and Jonathan and Katie got me addicted to a new game. It's Monopoly Go for the phone. That was Go, not Goal. It sounded like Goal. Oh my God. I was playing it for like an hour before Becca. Becca picks it up and she's like 2 levels ahead of me. I'm like, how? What the hell happened? Like I'm saying, it's not fair. Yeah, so I'm addicted to that. I'm not spending money. I'm telling myself I'm not spending money. The only way I'll spend money is if I go and see how much points I have at Speedway, and if I get a free iTunes card. That's the only way I'm spending money on this, because I could spend a lot of money on this. It's so much fun. And I love that it's auto spin, so you don't have to keep tapping it. Didn't find that out until like a half an hour after I was playing. I'm like, oh, why don't you read, Becky? It says hold to auto spin or something like that. I'm like, that would have been helpful. Yeah, so and then after I was done playing with the game, then I started doing the temperature house. I swear to God, I am never, ever, ever doing a temperature thing again. The only way I will do is the book or the magic potion one. Besides that, the answer's no. I hate temperature charts. I hate them so much. I think the next one that I would do, if I ever did one, I would do it like the year we got married. Where I can go back and just get all the temperatures now. But then what's the fun of that? I don't know. It's just, they drive me up a wall. So I got March done. Yay. Oh my gosh. It's almost July and I just got March done. But that's my goal this week. Whenever I go in the bedroom, that's what I'm going to be working on. I got it to work a little bit better in what is it called? Markup. So that's one thing. Okay, so yeah, I'm not done talking, so okay, yeah, so I'm hoping by the end of the week to have all of be caught up on the temperature house, and then really each week on Sunday do those 7 days, because it really sucks being behind. It really does. And then that's when I get frustrated and I'm like, just screw it. Yeah, so I still can't believe that I didn't put up the vlog. So I was kind of thinking, I guess I'm just gonna put it up today, and then Fridays will just be 1 day short. So I'm gonna let you guys go here. Tonight is, and see, that's the thing, tonight's a Flosstube. So do I put both videos out today? I'm thinking. I mean, they're always just sitting there. When you want to watch them, you can watch them, basically, you know. I just don't want to bombard people with videos.
Turn right at the stop sign.
So I think I'm gonna get off of here, and it takes forever on the road to upload. But I think I'm gonna pull over, put this all together, because first I have to edit it all together, and then that has to upload as one video.
Turn right on Downing Street.
And then I take that video and upload it onto YouTube. Which last week, I think it was last week, my video uploaded like, I want to say 15 minutes, which they've usually have been like, oh, I don't know, an hour and a half. So I'm hoping that it gets all of its uploading parts done while I'm on the road. The only thing, the first one where I had to put it all together and then upload it or save it, whatever you want to call it, I can't use my phone whatsoever. If a phone call happens, I have to start the process all over again. But that one is usually kind of fast. That's usually like maybe 5-10 minutes, depending on how many clips I have, which I have quite a few clips. So I don't know. I'm gonna get off of here and stop talking so the video can stop being so long, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.